My name is Nathan Jumper. I'm from Ripley, Mississippi. We have a nice game fowl farm and we raise around 4,000 birds a year. When I first started in the game fowl, my grandfather, he was already into the game fowl, and he got me some A-seal birds for the first time. And I was little and I always played with the game fowl. And so that's how I really got started when I was younger. As I got older and my grandfather's health got worse and my dad moved to Mexico, I decided I would take over his position in the game fowl and the Johnny Jumper farms there. Johnny Jumper to me is my idol, and if I set my footsteps along with his, I think I'll do very well in life. I would like to, continue this legacy on that my grandfather left for me, because just to show how grateful I am to him, and just continue on breeding the same way he always did, and keep it going. The breeding techniques we use at Johnny Jumper Farms is single mating and flock breeding. We like to focus on the single mating first, and then what birds come out of that are really good, then we go from there to the flock mating. Yes, I would classify myself as somewhat of a commercial breeder because of the volume we do, but at the same time, I still like to focus on the main details of all the breeding and stuff. I try not to get too big and to where I lose focus on the small things. Our yearly production at Johnny Jumper Farms is around 4,000. That's probably the max I want to be right now, because the higher you get, the quality goes down. So at this time, 4,000 is a good number for us, and we'll probably continue to do that for the next few years. Yeah, I personally manage the farm, do all the breeding, all the selecting. I do have help from Smokey, which has been it's a guy that's been on our farm for 35 years. He was under my grandfather. He still helps me a lot, and I learn a lot from him. But I like to breed everything that leaves, the breeding material, all that. I like to examine it and make sure everything is up to my potential. Smokey Cox, he's a guy that's been there under my grandfather for 35 years. He lived behind the farm. When he was only 15, he started working there. He worked there for many years and still continues to help me today. And he's a very good asset to our farm. Our baseline breed is going to be the radio fowl. My grandfather has had the radio fowl since 1962. They are half Murphy, half white hackle. As far as if I could only pick one breed to keep, that would be them. We make that basically our foundation line. Well, the reason for choosing the radio fowl is because you can breed the radio fowl to any other bloodline on our farm and get good results. You can't say that about every bloodline. Sometimes you breed two lines together and it doesn't nick. And so far, the radio fowl, half radio, half other, has been great for us. So that's why I would like to make that, our foundation line and keep it that way. We do have a yellow leg Kelso as well that we use maybe as a secondary foundation line. It's a really good fowl. He's had it also since around 1962, but for the most part, the radio. At this time, we're focusing on the radios, yellow leg Kelsos, the white leg Kelsos, Doc Robinson Hatch, Clemens Grays, and this coming season I'm adding a new one. I've had it for many years, is the Albanese, the Johnny Moore Albanese. I've had this blood for a long time, but I haven't had enough to let other people have. So I've been focusing on breeding that and getting enough yards together to where I can let some go. We also have the A-seal family, which is new to the market. We've had the line for many years. It's Bobby Bowles, and also like the Albanese, I've been building my brood pens to where I have enough to move. Basically, I've inherited all of the bloodlines that I have now from my grandfather Johnny, and I try not to bring too many other options into play, because sometimes people have bad intentions and they say, oh, well, this will help you, and you integrate that. Well, that may not, no, it's no longer Johnny Jumper. So all the fowl that he left me, I basically stay self-contained and breed my own bloodline into my own bloodline to refresh in the line. I just maintain the purity of what my grandfather left me, but from time to time, as you all know, you have to integrate something, or the fowl will get weak, or they'll get big or too small from too much inbreeding. So, once again, I use my available stock to breed in and then breed back out. We sell more of the purebred breeding material. We do have some crosses available, but for the most part, it's the breeding material. I try to focus more on that. Well, because I like to give our breeding material to other people and allow them to raise their fowl as they want to. I learned from Johnny, most importantly, it's to enjoy the fowl and enjoy the people that you come in contact with while you're dealing with the fowl. Of course, health. Health is a big thing. You know, you have to have health in the fowl. And those are probably the two most important things I learned. I did learn a lot of small details and different things, but those are the most important to me. I'm also very appreciative of Celso Evangelista for giving me the opportunity to come over here, because he's the only person that's offered that. And we've created a really good bond and relationship, and I've met a lot of nice people here, and you know, Randy Hall and Kenny and a lot of others I may not mention at the time, but yeah, Celso's been great to me, and I'm really thankful for that. An Experto product I do use is the Super Vitamina 5500, and it's a really good product. It gives the birds plenty energy and plenty power, and I've been happy with that. With the Super Vitamina, I mean, I personally like it, and I would think a lot of other people would like it if they would give it a try. I've used other 5500s and stuff, but it's my favorite so far. Well, I'd like to start off by just saying thank you all for supporting me and believing in my genetics, the people that have. And if there's anything I can do for anybody, I'm easy to talk to, easy to get a hold of. I'm Nathan Jumper from Johnny Jumper Game Farm. Sa Experto, Super Salacas, Super Sapalo.